This is General Brijesh Kumar, AVSM, VSM, retired. Namaskar. Today, I wish to speak on complexity of a diverse Jammu and Kashmir state, some insights, in part 1. Subsequently, I shall cover the similar thing, that is, analysis of a diverse J&K state with certain external factors and nuances. Emperor Jahangir, when he visited Kashmir Valley in the 17th century, he said, well, this is heaven, heaven on earth. How true was he? Is it a fact? Is it today a heaven again? Well, I can only say, not yet. I am going to cover the entire subject in fair detail, its complexity, its nuances, and the wherewithal. So at the end of my presentation, you would be able to see why Jammu and Kashmir is like this. On the face of it, it is like any other state in the Union of India. I plan to cover the presentation in five or six different parts. The first being location and physical features. Let's spend some time on it. Kashmir is the crown of India. When you look at the map, it's something like a mukut. When you say Kashmir to Kanyakumari, India is one. It makes immensely gratifying feeling. But let's talk about this mukut as we are today. On statistics, Jammu and Kashmir is the 5th largest state in the country, with area more than 2,22,000 square kilometers. 19th by density. Average population density is 56. Variation in altitude varies from 305 meters to over 8,000 meters. It is a huge state which borders international countries, Pakistan and China. Internally, Jammu and Kashmir has many parts. The 3 parts are in India, that is, Jammu region in the south, Kashmir Valley in the north above, and Ladakh and Kargil to the east. These are with India. Along the western borders of Jammu and Kashmir, we have Pak-occupied Kashmir with Pakistan, as the name suggests. They call it Azad Kashmir. In the north, we have Gilgit-Baltistan area, earlier called Northern area. Some area in the north, Shaksham Valley, has been given to the Chinese by the Pakistanis. And in the east, Aksai Chin is with China since 1962. So we call it a state of J&K. We have about 55 to 60% of the area with us. The rest either ceded to Pakistan in the north and west, or Chinese in the east. Coming on to the physical features. The great Himalayas emanating from Pamir Plateau follows the northern boundary of India till it goes to the northeast and finally merges at Patkai Hills. This is a formidable mountain range. closer look of its features in the state of Jammu and Kashmir gives you a different and airy feeling. We have altitudes which are very low and rise 8,000 meters ahead. The mountain ranges are the Shivalik ranges in the southwest, the inner Himalayas in this part represented by Dhauladhar ranges and Pir Panjal ranges. Thereafter, the greater Himalayas, Zanskar ranges and Karakoram ranges. These are formidable mountain ranges with very high altitudes. Physical features of Kashmir or Jammu and Kashmir are like this. The outer plains in the southwest near the Jammu region. Then you have the Shivalik hills, low-lying hills comparatively, which are generally poor in nature, further to the east. The middle Himalayas stretching from Himachal border right up to Muzaffarabad in form of Pir Panjal ranges with high altitudes, impregnable ranges per se. The Kashmir Valley, fertile valley at approximately 4,500 meters, 180 kilometers long and 35 kilometers wide. Further east, traveling southeast, northwest, is the great Himalayan range. And you find that in the Baltistan, Gilgit area, some of the world's greatest peaks are located, K2, Nanga Parbat, all in the region of more than 8,000 meters. We also have some desolate plains at varying heights. Devasai is one such plain. It's about 15,000 feet where nothing grows. This area is intense with regards to terrain difficulty, heights, snow, and wilderness. And finally, to the east, we have the Leh Plateau or Ladakh Plateau, a plateau at about 3,500 meters, possibly the only habitable plateau at this altitude. Living is tough. Some grains and fruits can be grown in the summers. Winters are rather bad. A view of the terrain, you would find that the valleys are running southeast to northwest. Movement, therefore, from the western region to the eastern region becomes that much more difficult because you got to cross the valley. And Jammu and Kashmir, the traditional routes of ingress have always from what is now known as West Pakistan or West Punjab in the earlier days. River valleys. The rivers also flow between the mountain ranges from southwest, southeast to northwest, thereafter travels westward and then south inside Pakistan. The northernmost being the Indus River. Then we have the Jhelum River. Jhelum Valley is the Kashmir Valley, with another few smaller valleys like Lidavat, Sindh, and Lolab Valley. Next river valley is the Chenab River Valley. Similar configuration as the Indus with regards to direction of flow. In the south, then we have the Tavi River and Tavi Valley, and then further south is Ravi, which enters Pakistan after traveling some distances. Some fertile plains are also available in and around Poonch in the Punch Valley. Next phase, I will cover the communication aspect. In the communication, first is the road communication. Road communication in the state of Jammu and Kashmir is the best means of communication. However, it is slow as the terrain friction is very high. Movement from southwest to northeast, from Jammu to Srinagar, from Jammu to Leh is difficult and time consuming. To give an idea, approximately 500 kilometers distance between Manali and Leh can be traversed in 3 days' time in a comfort space. Between Udhampur, Jammu and Srinagar, it takes 8 hours for barely 200 plus kilometers distance. The lifeline of the state is National Highway 1A, traversing from Jammu in the south via the Banihal Tunnel to Srinagar, approximately 300 odd kilometers. The another highway is from Uri, is west-east highway, Uri, Baramulla, Srinagar, Kargil and to Leh. We also have an alternative route to Ladakh, which is from Manali, travel through the difficult terrain and passes. In fact, it goes over 4 passes which are approximately 5,000 meters high. Rohtang, Bada Lachla, Tanglang, and there's one more. Fortunately, a pass at Rohtang is being constructed, which will ease the degree of difficulty and make travel comfortable. This is supposed to be ready in about a couple of years' time. Another tunnel at Juzila is being constructed. It is a recent project and should take approximately a decade or so to get completed. A point to be noted is NH1 is open throughout the year. However, Leh remains cut off during the winter months from both the axes, from Srinagar as well as Manali. Next is the air connectivity. Air operations in a rugged terrain like Jammu and Kashmir provide a solace, provided the weather remains perfect. So we have airfields or civil aviation functioning at Jammu, Srinagar and Leh on a regular basis. In addition, with Avantipur, Udhampur, Kargil and Thois in the Nubra Valley, we have Air Force runways which can be used for emergencies. Next is the rail communication. To remove the isolation of Kashmiri people, rail project commenced about 2 decades back, linking Jammu to Baramulla. Ambitious project, railway line passing through very tough terrain. This has had tremendous cost and time overruns for obvious reasons of terrain difficulty and insurgency environment. Part of the rail is functional. From Jammu to Katra is functional, and similarly in the valley, from Kazigund to Baramulla, train services are functional. This is really a boon. Alignment of the railway line is shown on the map, which will tell us the degree of terrain friction in creating this railway line. Fourth, connectivity is through cell phones and telegraph. J&K is reasonably well connected as far as the electromagnetic connectivity is concerned. Optical fiber cables are being laid along the highways, but it has its own limitations. In addition, the security environment warrants closure of some of these cell connectivity for obvious reasons. In a nutshell, in the developed cities and around and the tourist spots, cell connectivity is available to everybody. Next phase, I cover the demographic. Though Jammu and Kashmir is not a very thickly populated area, but three different regions have a stark and different religious denominations. In the Jammu area, you have majority of the Hindus, but large Muslim majority as well. Less than 1% would be Sikhs. In the Kashmir Valley, on the other hand, you would have approximately 96% Muslims. The Pandits having been driven away, the population has come down to barely 3%, and Sikhs to approximately 1%. The balance would be Christians. In the Ladakh region, in the area of Leh, the Buddhists are in great majority, followed by Hindus and then Muslims. However, in the Kargil district of Leh, there are a higher number of Muslims, followed by Buddhists. The Muslims in Kargil are more akin to their brethren across the LOC, that is Skardu and Baltistan. All these regions which we have spoken about, their affinity, or they are from the same religious, social stock as people across the border. Like in the Jammu region, there would be more Punjabis and Himachalis speaking Dogras, and fairly akin to people across the IB in the west. In the Kashmir Valley, you have similarity, commonality with folks staying in POK, both in religious terms and otherwise. Coming into Leh and Ladakh, well, the population eastward has the same stock. Languages. Like the regions which are co-located with their counterparts, languages have similar distribution. The Anglo-Aryan languages are from where the roots have come. However, in the Kashmir Valley, Gilgit and Baltistan, they speak Dardic languages, which has its origin and most similarity with the language spoken in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Afghanistan westward. Education facilities. The Jammu and Kashmir has a fairly decent education system, wherein it has 2 central universities and 10 state universities. It also has its share of IIT, IIM, NIT, and NIFT. Next, I come to a very peculiar phenomena, that is regarding the international boundary.